I've had this journal for a long time, and at first, when my wife got it, it became more of a paperweight than anything else, but I decided to bring it out now since there seems to be something going on here. What else? Edward's doing fine, and he's got a similar opinion to me on the power plant. He said it's going to be an eyesore, but he does like the idea of doing more work.
I'm writing this while we wait for the all clear for platform, so I'll keep this book in the cab if we spot anything else going on. God damn it, I knew this would happen.
Our plants exploded. We were at Wellsworth when it happened. We heard a loud explode. The sky went red. This huge cloud was visible in the distance. Sydney and I knew exactly where that came from, and we knew that we had to leave. Still in the signal box, we sped out of the station at speeds we've never gone before. Thank God he was, because without him, we would have been killed. He switched the points, and shortly after we heard the honking of a horn in the distance. Bertie crashed his way through the level crossing and sped alongside us, determined to escape. But it was soon cut short by the sounds of tires screeching and metal crashing. Edward tore down the line as his wheels pounded the rails fiercely. We soon saw Donald going the opposite way, pulling slow goods. Edward whistled and yelled for him to rev us, but it was too late. We found out later that he didn't make it out alive. Neither did William or Colin in his cab. We proceeded to push the old engine as far as we could, steam erupting from his valves and gauges. We prepared for the worst as we rocketed through Crosby. The shock wave finally hit us, and Jesus, it was strong. Caused the glass in the coaches to shatter and rocked them side to side. Edward's pony truck also derailed because of some jammed points, but those things didn't stop us. Arrived at a carriage shed down the line, and we decided to give ourselves a chance to calm down, rest and think for a moment, while also checking over Edward and the passengers to see if any were injured. Luckily no one was. We'll leave here in a few hours. After staying at the carriage shed for about 3 hours, we made it safely to Napford and huddled everyone into the station buildings and offices. We heard on the radio that the entirety of Brendam was hit by the explosion and the death toll was unknown. I hope that Leonard got out of there alive.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Atomic Energy Authority and the Brendam Emergency Management Agency. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. At around 2:30 p.m. British Summer Time, the power plant at Lower Brendam exploded, causing massive damage and chaos across the portion of Sodor. The Atomic Energy Authority is requiring all citizens and engines of Sodor to evacuate through Vickerstown to the mainland immediately. Take food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, blankets, a first aid kit and a battery-powered radio for your journey. Or seek a fallout shelter and stay there with these requirements for at least 14 to 20 days. Now a message from Dr. Stuart Bailey.
Good evening, I'm Dr. Stuart Bailey. I've worked for the Atomic Energy Authority I've worked for the AEE for 10 years, 3 of which I spent at AEE Winfrith near Dorset. I'm joined by my colleagues Dr. Middleton and Dr. Dolby, both of which are my juniors. At about 2:30 this afternoon, that's July 4th, the power station at Lower Brendam suffered a widespread system failure. Of 4 reactors online, only 1 is currently operating. The plant is currently running on backup power, with staff attempting to remedy the problem. The amount of radiation vented, or if radiation has been vented at all, is currently unknown. Teams from the Atomic Energy Authority have been dispatched to Lower Brendam to take radiation readings. Sadly, earlier this afternoon, Dennis was dispatched to the plant to collect a goods train headed to Timoth Hall. From the information we know, Dennis is presumed to be dead until further notice. We urge the citizens of Western Sodor to stay in their homes until the state of emergency is lifted or an order to evacuate is given. Thank you.